wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy. You're watching my brand, That from Brand Wrestling, and entertainment here on YouTube.com and the World Wide Web. You saw the title of this video, and I am back with my review of tonight's edition of the second longest running weekly episodic television show in history. That's right, Friday Night Smackdown for October 19, 2012. Smackdown kicks off with another Miz TV segment. The Miz is in the ring, and he has his guests come out. But before his guests come out, The Miz talks about losing the Intercontinental title on WWE Main Event. He talks about the injury he suffered in the match against Kofi Kingston on Monday Night Raw, the injury that almost sidelined him from wrestling for a few weeks. There was some fear that he may have suffered a concussion. He was medically cleared, but he did suffer a nasty cut on his face that required some stitches to seal it up. He faced Kofi Kingston on Monday Night Raw, and he also faced him on WWE Main Event, but it was the match at WWE Main Event that was for the IC title, and that's where Kofi Kingston was successful. He picked up the win over The Miz and became the new Intercontinental Champion. Now, The Miz says he's going to revoke his rematch clause, and he wants to face Kofi Kingston one-on-one for the IC title at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that's 9 days away from tonight. Then he invites his guests out, Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan, and Kane, and he starts ripping into Daniel Bryan, and then he predicts that the Tag Team Champions will lose their titles at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Kane ends up taking exception to this, and then out comes the Big Show, the number one contender for the World's Heavyweight title, and he's soon followed after by Dolph Ziggler. Then we see Booker T come out and book two huge matches for tonight, We see that Randy Orton will square off against The Miz, and that will be next, and Team Hell No will square off against the team of Dolph Ziggler in the Big Show. So for the first match of the night, Randy Orton ended up picking up the win over The Miz via RKO. Alberto Del Rio and Ricardo Rodriguez are seen watching the match from one of the skyboxes. They actually watched the entire show from the skyboxes, and at one point in time, Matt Striker ends up going up and conducting an interview with Alberto Del Rio. I saw a really great tweet online saying he goes all the way up to the skyboxes, and he doesn't even bring Alberto Del Rio a beverage. I don't know if that was actually a line that Del Rio said or if that was just somebody being funny, but I thought it was funny nonetheless. And then we go into the next match. Before the next match, Sheamus is backstage, and he wants to fight Wade Barrett. Teddy Long makes it happen. He says, "You will fight Wade Barrett tonight, and it will be a lumberjack match. All of the WWE superstars will surround the ring while you two fight." We'll get to that match in just a little bit. Then we see Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, who have dubbed themselves Team Rhodes Scholars. They picked up the win over Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd, and I really like Gabriel and Kidd, and I really hope that they get more exposure in the weeks and months to come. I really like what WWE is doing with the tag team division. We've really seen a revitalization of the tag team division in recent months, and I hope they continue with that trend. Then we see another backstage segment. This time it's Eve Torres, Booker, and Teddy. Eve puts Teddy down right in front of Booker T. Then Kane and Daniel Bryan, Team Hell No, end up picking up the win over Dolph Ziggler in the Big Show. But I was really surprised in this match. Dolph Ziggler and Big Show were working pretty well together. And then later in the night, you see a little bit of a surprising twist. And this is after, remember, they're teammates tonight, but Dolph Ziggler said, "Hey, at Hell in a Cell, regardless who walks out the World's Heavyweight Champion after that match is over, I'm going to try to cash in my World's Heavyweight title Money in the Bank briefcase contract on that person." So, of course, the Big Show, well, you'll find out in a little bit. Antonio Cesaro then picked up the win over Ted DiBiase. This was a quick match, and before this match took place, there was a video package of Antonio Cesaro, who's the current United States champion, in the streets of Memphis, Tennessee. He was putting down Elvis Presley. He was putting down so many different things about American culture and American history. And even on commentary, JBL said, "Hey, I don't agree with him, but I sure like the guy." And I mean, JBL was just playing a perfect heel commentator tonight. And Josh Matthews really wasn't playing into JBL's commentary. I mean, JBL would say something, you'd really expect a response from Josh Matthews. You kind of just blow it off and move on to the next subject. Yes, Josh Matthews is being a professional. I understand that. Well, a little bit of back and forth between the two wouldn't have hurt nothing, to be perfectly honest. And I really do enjoy JBL as a commentator. He was an incredible commentator. He's an incredible wrestler. And he still could be an incredible wrestler, but at this point in time, he's doing a really incredible project for charity. He's climbing the 7 highest mountains in the world, and all the money they raise is for charity. Then we see Heath Slater defeat Brodus Clay. He only picked up the win in this match because his new teammates, three-man band, which I did do a video on, my thoughts about the team kind of just being thrown together, my opinions on their gimmicks, this, that, or the other, you guys can check it out. It's available on my channel. They ended up providing the distraction, which was necessary for Heath Slater to hit a cutter-like maneuver and pick up the win over Brodus Clay. Then we go into Divas Action. Layla ended up picking up the win over Natalya, and I ended up finding out that Beth Phoenix wrestled her last match at this set of tapings, and it would have really been fitting if they let Beth Phoenix have one final match on SmackDown. But I understand they don't want to put over somebody that's about to leave the company. It's perfectly understandable, but they did want to, have her work. She's a great personality. The fans in attendance paid a ticket to see her. She was advertised. I understand the reasons behind her still being on one of the televised matches. And then in the main event, Sheamus ended up picking up the win over Wade Barrett in the lumberjack match. But close to the end of this match, everything just broke loose. All hell broke loose. The lumberjacks started fighting at ringside. This is where Sheamus ended up picking up the win. Dolph Ziggler was ready. He was about to cash in his World's Heavyweight title Money in the Bank briefcase, but out of nowhere, the Big Show's on the apron, and bam, he clocks him with the WMD, the weapon of mass destruction. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, Dolph Ziggler said, hey, I'm going to cash in on whoever wins the World's Heavyweight title at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and Big Show was just taking out that threat, or he was, making it less of a threat, I should say, because Dolph Ziggler obviously is still going to be standing. I doubt Dolph Ziggler is going to let one WMD punch stop him from trying to fulfill his destiny, and that's become the World's Heavyweight Champion, believe it or not, for the second time. A lot of people forget about that first reign, but he was awarded the title by Vicky Guerrero when she was in her general manager capacity of SmackDown. Yes, he lost it an hour later, but WWE considers that official reign, and he did have one run as World's Heavyweight Champion, so if he was successful, this would be his second run. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed my quick review. I just want to share some of my thoughts, some of my feedback, run through the matches for you guys that weren't able to see the show or you guys that were able to see the show. But now it's up to you guys. It's up to the fans and subscribers that have made this channel so successful to leave your comments below. Drop your thoughts, because it's all about fan interaction. It's not only about what I have to say, it's all about what you have to say as well. You are as equally important as I am, because at the end of the day, we're just fellow human beings. I just happen to be the one behind the camera. You guys happen to be the ones behind the keyboard. I'll catch you later. Have a great night. And for the Effin' Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com, my name is Brian Crazy, and I'll catch you later.